Oh no, you don't need any of that. So that was the end of that. I thought they were cool. I wanted to munch on, I don't know, Dino or like, Betty or Wilma or something, Pebbles and Bam. Nope.
This is what I want.
Hey girl, I got something real important to
Oh yeah.
So just sit down and listen. Girl, you know we've been together such
A long, long time.
She knows the words. Oh my goodness.
ready to lay it on
The line. Well, it's Christmas.
and my heart
Is open wide
gonna give you something so you know what's
on my mind.
a gift real special. So take off the top.
Oh, here it comes.
Take a look inside. It's my in a box.
Edited for TV.
Best. Yeah, that was edited. It's the
Oh, man.
best.
Well, so no
Song
vitamins
parody
for
ever.
me. I'm back on my
No
damn
vitamins.
heart medication. They put me back on that garbage.
Let's talk about that.
Why?
What do you mean,
That's
why?
enough. I just said I'm speaking of you're thinking of the 81 aspirin, the baby aspirin.
Why did they put you back on the heart
Oh,
medication?
because now they're talking about I was out for that month or so back in June and July.
Yep.
Now they're thinking, well, your heart was weakened when you were in the hospital, and we tend to think now that it may not have been as a result of the prostate infection you acquired. It may have been already going on, and this just basically caused attention to it because we looked at every aspect of your health while you were here. Oh, so basically this is something that was maybe going on its own.
Is your
Well,
doctor Bert?
Yes, Bert Convey.
Okay.
Bert Parks. Bert/Rob Winter. He was not at work today, by the way.
Oh,
I missed him at lunch. Okay.
he's been on a tangent too. Between the two of you, I don't know what's going on there.
A couple of
And Mike
curmudgeons.
Zahar, the three.
Oh no! But so they're talking about we need you to come back. We need you to come back the end of September and between now.
I'm gonna play this in the back while you're talking.
Okay.
Total eclipse of the heart.
Thank you. And they're talking about we need to get you an echo test, whatever that is, and if we don't like what we see, or if we're seeing something that we're uncomfortable with. Well, wait a minute. First of all, I want to be the ones uncomfortable. First of all. Second of all, go ahead. Well, then we may look at doing a heart catheterization. Oh, no. I don't know. Don't become a man of a certain age if you can avoid it. Just saying. So there it is. I'm back on my stupid crap heart medication. Are you kidding me?
It's a total eclipse of the heart.
Yeah, I know. Where's my lighter?
That's for you, and I dedicate that song to your heart.
Thank you. So, on the 28th, on Friday the 28th, 2 days from now, everybody, I'm back at the Robert Wood Johnson. Yeah, that's right. I just said Johnson.
I like Dick in a Box better.
Well, I'm to the, there. Yay.
I want some cookies, damn it. I want some cookies. So what's going on? What's going on? Let's talk about man things, because
Go ahead.
we want our man listeners to listen and not tune out to my
Absolutely right,
chicky
because of the
stuff.
Dancing with the Stars.
Dancing
It's
with
so
the Stars.
wonderful. Those Dancing with the Stars
Listen.
are so sparkly.
They're sparkly, okay? I want to talk about
Foosball?
let's talk about some sports.
All right.
What's going
Well,
on?
by the way, I may have a guest next week.
I saw that.
One of the fellows who he wasn't a founder, but he came in very shortly after I was part of founding what's now called the Great Eastern Football Association. It's a developmental.
As a football guest?
Yeah, well, as a sports kind of guest. He's
Okay.
a Jets fan, so you know what? Everybody's all geeked up now about the damn Jets, which is nice. About time they got a nice
So I
ring.
should wear my Patriots jersey?
I definitely would.
I'm gonna.
Frank Cicino is his name, and
gonna.
sports and football is kind of his game. I don't know what he's doing now. He used to work over here in Amazon by us in Robbinsville, New Jersey, but I don't know what he's doing. He's living over in Bucks County now, so he's going to see if he can't slide on over And worst comes to worst, he'll be a gallery, an audience member, if you will. And I'm gonna try to coax him on the program. Yeah, he sounds a little like Adam Sandler. His voice.
Does he talk like Adam
And
Sandler?
he's like, yeah, I've been told that a lot. So maybe we'll see if he can do a little, something for us. I don't know what. I don't think he plays the guitar or anything. Maybe he can do the Lunch Lady Land song. No, okay.
We need someone to come in and play guitar for us.
That would be nice.
Wouldn't that be nice? We need musicians.
We could do it. We could love
I mean,
to
my friend's a
showcase you.
singer. She can come in, but she goes on Carlos's show a couple of times. But she's my best friend, so I can take her. Sorry, Carlos, but she's
She's the best guest ever. I'm telling you.
she's not gonna be on that show. So that's my girl.
Well,
I'll
let me
steal her.
tell you, I'm gonna get the best rocker you've ever seen.
I don't think Ed would mind either.
No,
If I stole her from
yeah,
Carlos.
but I'm talking. Well, guess who it is. I'm gonna get. Guess.
Oh, I can't imagine. Robert Plant?
No, female rocker. Female rocker.
Oh,
the
female.
best ever.
Pat Benatar.
No, one more guess.
Oh, I can't even. From Heart.
Best
one
ever.
of the girls from Heart.
Nope.
Wilson.
Lita Ford.
Lita Ford.
Kiss Me Deadly. That's what I'm gonna do on the program. Best ever. Best ever. Hands freaking down.
Who else can we get? We can get
I'll have to work on it.
we have celebrities. I got a couple friends that are stand-up comics. I should get them to come on the show.
Well, and I was just thinking the same thing because I was listening to 102.9 MGK, and he had on Adam Carrera. Or Adam Ferrera, excuse me, Adam Ferrera.
Carrera.
Who's Ferrera. The guy on
Carrera.
Is it Carrera? The guy
He used to
from,
be on the sex one with Dr. Drew. They used to be.
No,
but
no,
then
no,
he had-
no, that's Adam Carolla.
Oh.
That's Adam Carolla. Adam Carolla. Adam
Oops.
Carolla. No, this is the guy who's on Top Gear on History Channel, but he's funny. He used to also be on I think it was Rescue Me with Dennis Leary.
Oh, I love that show.
He was not the original, but the second chief. He's got that birthmark up on his chin. He's about 35, 40 years old. Funny guy from New York. And I was thinking when I heard him on, he's doing a show in Philly down there in a few days. That's the kind of thing we should do. See if we can't get some.
I had a
local
comedian
folks.
stalk me once.
Oh,
He's pretty famous, actually.
I bet you it wasn't that funny, was it?
Well, you made me think about it. You made me no.
Thank you.
You made me think about it because
I did not.
you did because it wasn't Dennis Leary. It was oh my god, not Dennis Leary who stalked me. That's not what I meant. I shared the story with another comedian, and he was like, "Oh yeah, that's what he does." Like actually agreed. And I'm trying to remember who. Oh, it was oh my god, what was his name? Lenny.
Dykstra. No.
No,
Bruce.
no, he's dead.
Right.
Oh
Look, he was a ghost. Maybe. He's
no. Talk
Okay.
about something. So
Well,
I'm gonna look it up
anyway,
because it's gonna drive me
What
crazy.
I'm thinking is between some folks from around who are talented with music, musicianship, and comedic abilities, we'd love to have you on for a 15, 20-minute segment, don't you think? Wouldn't that
15, 20 minutes?
For the whole
Oh,
show.
Damn, 15, 20 minutes.
be- Well, how long?
Well, if
10
it's a segment, it
10
should,
minutes.
it should be like, yeah, maybe, unless they're on for the whole show. Oh,
Well-
Lenny Clark. I can remember.
Clark.
Lenny Clark.
I'm not familiar with
You
Lenny
are,
Clark.
because he's been in a lot of stuff. If you saw
Okay, I am.
if you saw, he used to be bigger, though. He used to be, like, physically bigger. He lost a lot of weight, so you might not recognize him. Let me see. He does a lot. He's from Boston, so he's in a lot of Boston movies, per se.
Maybe get the Eggman back in here. Does Tim come back in
That's,
from time to time?
that's Lenny. Does he look vaguely familiar, even?
Oh yeah. Oh, I know who you mean. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
He was on the commercial for the Hopper a few years ago.
Yeah. So that's Lenny Clark. And I remember I was at a party and he was there, and I was saying to him that this comedian, I don't even want to say his name because he might kill me. But I said he stalked me. He actually really did stalk me. I had to get like restraining order and everything.
no.
That was a long time ago.
Oops.
And he said,
Lenny's
"Oh yeah."
smart
He said, "Yeah, no, that's believable. I believe it." And I was like, "You kidding me?" He's like, "No." He's that kind of guy. He
Oh,
would
my.
stalk people.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and the comedian who stalked me is pretty. He's pretty popular. He's in a lot of Boston films, kind of like Lenny Clark was, the same kind of
All
thing.
right.
So I'll leave it
Well,
at that.
why don't we put it out
Much
there,
more
whether
on.
it's on the Real Time with John and Tracy page or however else, including right here. Give us a growl.
Yeah, but come on.
Message us on Facebook or something, or shoot it. I was going to say shoot an email, but I don't think there's an email attached to the page.
Well, no, I
is
should.
there?
Well, I should. An email attack. No, go on the Facebook.
But just go on the Facebook
No, go on
page.
the Facebook page.
Real Town with John
and Tracy.
That's
It's the
it.
only. It's the only
And-
Facebook page like that.
And there you have it. Just message us, and we'll be glad to discuss it. Let's talk. Let's have some fun. Let's play some tunes.
We'll have some
Tell
sponsors
some
soon.
jokes.
I just, starting a new job. I had my time was sucked out of me, so I got to go. So hopefully we'll have 2 sponsors very, very soon.
Can't wait.
Very
Good for them.
soon.
We'll plug them like nobody's business. Like hair plugs. We'll plug
Well, the problem is that goddamn Robbinsville, they close like at 4:00. These people
That's
don't
it. We
stay
gotta
open
go
late.
home now.
So
Well, no.
ridiculous. Like, no, I'm serious.
I
Like,
know.
the restaurants, they open at like 10 and then they close at like 4. And I'm like, can you, so I got to catch them on the weekend. That's the only way I can talk to them. So during the week, it's just
Well, we
impossible.
got to eat, when you want a
But
restaurant.
hopefully,
you can eat right here.
I'll have something by next week, and
Alright, cool.
we can talk about it.
Hey, so football's
But they're
underway.
bad.
Your Patriots had a nice win.
Yes,
no?
they did.
Yeah.
Don't tell anybody.
It's all over
Everybody gets
town.
mad at me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the Patriots. And you know what? At my new job, the guy who sits behind me is an Eagles fan. So
Ooh.
luckily, though, he isn't like a douche. He's actually pretty cool about it. Because I was like, I hope I don't sit next to an Eagles fan. And he's like, I love
there
the
he is.
Eagles. I was like, oh God. He's like, yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind that you like the Patriots. It doesn't bother me. I go, okay, good. You're not gonna be a douche. No, I'm not gonna be a douche. I said that's good because
Don't be a dill hole.
Eagles fans are douches, and yes, and I'll never forget when I worked at Global. The best thing ever was we had that football day, that Super Bowl day, and I had my Patriots jersey day.
Everybody booed you.
And everybody booed me and was like making fun of me and whatever. And then a couple people had their Eagles, and the 2 people I hate the most were both Eagles fans.
I'll be
like
damned.
shocker. But anyways, and I'll never forget it. I remember I came in the next day, and yes, Patriots lost, and good for the Eagles, Yahoo. But everybody's like, "Oh, you must be so mad! Hey, great, you beat the Eagles!" Yeah, and I looked at them and I said, "Congratulations, you got 1." And it's probably the only one you're ever going to get. So you soak that in, that 1 win, because I'll take my 5 and I'll walk away. So good for you. Like, big deal. Like, to me, that's what I don't like is the bragging. Because, like, Pittsburgh, you could brag.
You got what?
You
they
can
got
brag.
6,
You
right?
got 6.
Hello.
Dallas Cowboys, they can brag. Like anybody who has multiple rings, you just got your first ring, and you talk about it like this is shut up.
Well, one of the guys, Guy Lambor Dizzle.
Yeah.
When I first started working over there about 3.5 years ago, I started giving him the business because I was just being me, okay? Like dig, because I'm a Giants fan.
Yeah.
He's a Philly sports fan through and through.
Yes.
Let me tell you what, he got as red as Santa's coat. I mean, he was angry. He's like, dude, I wanted to take you out back and really beat the crap out of you because you were being a jerk off.
Oh, I have a
I'm
joke.
like-
I
I'm
have a
like-
joke, and I'm
I'm
going
like,
to keep my mouth shut.
Really? I said, listen up there, Linus. What were you gonna? My team's got 4, plus 4 before the Super Bowl era. So
And
that's
I'm going to
8.
say, I actually, believe it or not, like the Giants.
Oh, I don't.
Even though I'm a
I
Patriots
don't have
fan.
a huge problem with the Patriots. I really don't. Like, okay, cool, good for them. And he's like, I was like, oh, okay. How old a guy are you? I'm however old he was. He's certainly not old enough. I said, well, okay. You'll always, now, again, this is 3 years ago. You'll always have Chuck Bednarik and the 1960 NFL pre-Super Bowl championship to fall back on. And off he went.
Yeah. Yeah. And
They
that's with
get
everything.
so-
Basketball.
Oh my goodness, they
yeah.
get so geeked
They get
up.
really mad. Yeah, they get legit mad. And it's like, you know what? This is the thing. It's like I wasn't mad about the
No.
win. It was a hard fought win. It was. And it's not like they killed us. Like they slaughtered us. It could have went any way.
It's a hell of a game.
It was a great game, and I do. And the reason I like the Giants, there's 2 reasons I like the Giants. Well, I didn't like that when we lost to them in the Super Bowl. I didn't like because that was a big problem for me. But the reason I like the Giants is because my best friend Lisa is a huge Giants fan. She's been a Giants fan. You think you're a Giants fan? You ain't a Giants fan. I'll show you her. She dedicated her home to the Giants.
No, she's a good girl.
And she bought season tickets.
She's
She
a
doesn't
very
live
good
here.
girl. I understand.
She lives in Boston.
Okay, she's a good kid.
Talk about that.
I know.
She has tattoos of the Giants players on her body forever. This But anyway, she's the one
She's
who
into it.
I known her for many, many years, and she was always Giants, 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 and she'd push it, push it. So because of her, out of respect for my friend, I respect the Giants, and that's
You
know
do
I'll
realize
stick with
that
them.
the head coach up there has direct roots to the New York Football Giants. He was the defensive coordinator back in the 80s and early 90s when they won the first 2 Super Bowls.
Right.
Bill Belichick was. And, you know, say what you will about the man. You love him, you loathe him, but the guy knows what he's doing, man. He really
Right.
does.
And
So
I'm,
we're
okay with, I'm
underway.
okay with the Jets too. I have no issue with the Jets either.
Nah, I mean, they're
New York,
over,
New York. I'm all right with
there's,
New York.
there's a bunch of guys in that organization. That organization is way overdue for some success.
And that's because of Parcells too. Like I admire Parcells, and so that's the reason why.
All right.
But
But I mean, it's,
But the-
it's all starting. The Pats won one. The Giants did not. The Jets, wow, they put on a damn clinic
the
the
Eagles,
other
the
night.
Eagles won too. Though.
Well, you know, even a blind squirrel gets a nut every
Spitting.
now and again. You know,
But whatever.
the Redskins, holy fright, they won too. Mm-hmm. Jeez,
Who's
what a-
playing this tomorrow? What is it? Bengals?
and the Bears.
The Bears.
Bears, yeah, Bears.
Bears. How are they looking this?
Bill Swirsky, super fans, we're here to talk about the Bears.
The Bears.
Absolutely. Here, okay. Ditka or God? Who's more powerful?
Ditka.
Trick question. You're absolutely right because Ditka is God. Absolutely. You know, I think they're both teams that might be on the rise. I mean, the Bears got that linebacker Khalil Mack from Oakland. Gruden didn't want him for some reason. Supposedly didn't get along with him for some reason. Why? So they shipped him off. They did a trade with some guys. They shipped him off to Chicago.
Yeah, they did a
so
whole
they've got a killer linebacker, a new monster of the Midway.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I just thought of a sports story that we didn't talk about. Serena Williams. Did you see that?
Oh boy, she had a bit of a meltdown.
She
on
was
Serena
mad.
did. Yeah, she was a
So
little
mad.
angry.
Listen,
she was angry.
Now that I've read everything and followed everything, this is what I'm going to say. I don't think that the umpire was wrong. I think she was offended by it, and I think there is some truth to some of the things she said because it is true. Because guys get away with a lot more in tennis than women do. That's a true story. I mean, they really do. I mean, you
Which
can go
does
back
not
to
make it right, by
no,
the way.
it does not. It does not. I'm not condoning it, but just like back in the day with remember John McEnroe and
You cannot be
Jimmy
serious.
Connors.
Jimmy Con- oh, he
They
was
used
a-
to they used to
he
take
was-
their rackets and they actually fined her for destroying a racket. And I'm like, hello? Do you remember John McEnroe? He
Yeah.
destroyed like a racket every match. He destroyed lots of rackets.
Felt like it.
But she was a little, I commend her for sticking up for what she believed was right,
She's a
whether she
fighter
was
when
right
she
or wrong.
gets
But
angry.
boy,
Holy
damn,
fright.
she's good. She just fights like that. She's one of the best tennis players in the world.
absolutely is. She's
Period.
something.
That's it. So you know what I'd like to see? I would like to see Tiger Woods to make a comeback.
LT
I want
Ray.
it. I want
Eldrick,
it.
my man.
I want it. I want it. I do. I really want it for him, and I'll tell you why. Because do you want to know something? He really listen. I was watching a documentary about Tiger Woods the
listening.
other day. You know what I mean? I was watching about it, and it's all Tiger Woods is such a bad person. Such a bad person. He's a cheater, and he had sex with a whole bunch of people. Yeah,
He's
this is
just
true.
a person. Who amongst us, okay? Lily White? No.
No, he he did something wrong. That's true, but he paid so dearly, man. He paid like he killed somebody.
Yeah, he
I mean, I
did.
think someone who killed somebody probably would have got off lighter than he did.
Oh, my.
I mean, he paid, and a lot of time has passed. And, a lot of things came out about those women. I mean, one of the women, this is the thing. There's a woman, Rachel Yucatel, her name was. And she was one of the women he had an affair with. She also had an affair with David Boreanaz, who's an actor from, he played Angel, and then he was on Bones. He was the star of
Oh, right on.
Bones.
Yeah, yeah.
She had an affair with him, and when he was married as well. And that was something, But my point being is that I think Tiger Woods has paid his dues, and I just want him to come back. I want him to be the golf player that he was. I want it so bad for him. I just do.
Well,
and does that make me a
he's on
bad
his, no.
supporter
he's on his
of
way.
women
He's on his,
or something?
no.
Right.
Because you know what? Here's the thing. I think you're exactly correct. See, I'm agreeing with you.
Oh,
Again,
shit.
not
Write
good
it down.
text lines. Okay. It's what time? Date and time.
Mm.
No, it's you're right. You know who again amongst us hasn't slipped, stumbled, stepped on our kazoo, so to speak. You know, got hands caught with the cookie inside the cookie jar, rather, to some degree. Whether it's one thing or another. Life is not perfect, and you know what? Stuff happens. You're going to have this. And here's a guy, not to sound like John Madden, boom. Here's a guy who, you know, he slipped. He had big time. He slipped.
He slipped it in a couple of times. Sure did.
If you know what I mean.
He slipped it.
He had health problems. His back was a mess for a bunch of years, and I don't know why. I mean, he put on some weight, and that will do it.
Yeah.
He's not that young kid anymore.
No, he's not.
He's not. He's 40 some odd years old. He's got that bald spot in the back of his head.
Sure
but you
does.
know what? He still has that youthful glint about him, that youthful glow about him a little bit. So you know what? Do your thing, Elder.
I want it.
Do your thing. Have fun. Play golf. Be successful.
I just want it. I want him to win something. I just want him to come back and win like the Masters or something. Just like eat it. I sound like Bill Cosby.
You see what the thing? You see? And the face.
In your face. I want it.
Okay. Well,
Tiger, I got you, baby. I know people. Well, the women are gonna probably like write to me and be like, "You are a bad person, Tracy.
oh, stop. Let him write.
You are a bad." Listen, whatever. When it comes to sex, I just like it's enough. I can't. You know, whatever. Ain't nobody an angel. Let me tell you something.
That's again. This is it. Everybody slips.
Whatever.
Everybody stumbles.
Slips.
Everybody, you know, to a degree. Not necessarily with that, but to some degree, everybody has a.
Listen, I didn't hate on Bill Clinton for cheating on Hillary. Sorry. I didn't hate on him for it.
And that list is
Does that
long.
make me wrong?
Let me
Sorry.
tell you, that list is long.
You
That's
know?
okay, but that's all right.
Listen,
it's all right.
whatever.
I did not have sex with it. Did you ever remember how he said this? Like he was talking to Monica.
Yeah.
I did not have sex with that
Sexual
woman.
relations.
Sexual relations
With
with
that
that woman, comma,
Monica Lewinsky.
Meaning,
Like you think about it, she
Lady
was a
pantsuit.
young intern. You have, and like, let me tell you something. Back in the day, Bill was the man. I'm sorry, he wasn't a bad looking man back in those
No, I
days. Let me tell you
understand.
something. Rhodes Scholar, President of the United States, most powerful man in the world. Let me tell you something.
he was doing his
You're a
thing.
young girl, you're intern. You know,
Who's the victim?
I might have done it. I might have done it.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
you
you
know.
know, I'm just saying.
I get you.
It's just,
It
it
just-
happens.
I
you know?
get it. Well, think of your guy there, Kennedy, back in the 60s there.
All the Kennedys?
A bunch of them.
I mean,
I'm a philanderer. I'm a
well,
Kennedy.
see, back in those days,
Like it
though, the
around,
press,
it around, it
the
around, it
press
around.
protected in those days. Like in the '60s, you know, no matter what Bobby did or John did, it was protected by the press. The press protected. They knew he was going to see Marilyn Monroe. That's what they did. And then that changed. The press turned against, and
Yeah.
now the press is about exposing.
Yeah.
It wasn't really like that back then. It was like protect. Now it's expose,
Well,
expose,
now,
expose.
I mean, and it kind of started under Clinton. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
It kind of started during the Clinton time.
Sure.
All this immediate. We've talked about this before. All this immediate access to information was a time up until about what the mid late 80s, where you had about a 24-hour buffer, especially at the top, as president or in Washington,
Sure.
to get your arms around something you may have said and or done that was, whoops, didn't mean to do that. You had about 18 to 24 hours to get your arms around it. Well, now you got about 18 to 24 seconds because everything is so immediate. And like you said, the media is ready to pounce. Because
yeah.
everybody wants that big story.
They do. They
You
do.
know.
And it's so funny because people all the time, they try to compare anything that that
like
Trump does
Washington.
to what Clinton did. And I said, but Clinton paid the price. He was impeached. I said, people forget. Did you forget that he was impeached? He was the only president to ever be impeached.
No, he was the second one.
Second, he was the second. That's right.
Andrew Johnson.
That's
but
right.
They
You're
booted
right.
his ass
Yeah.
out. I got to stay.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Well, that's true. You know what I mean? But, he had, he got impeached for having his, lying under oath, I guess would be the thing. But
what are you gonna
I was
do?
going to say getting his penis.
minor
but,
point.
Yeah, whatever. But, it's just, everyone deserves a second chance. And like I said, unless you kill somebody, you murder somebody, well, it's just the same as killing and murdering. You know what I mean?
killing, like
You're
country and
abusive, if you cheated, you cheated. I mean, like, move on. Just
over.
move
Let it
on.
go.
Move
Let it-
on.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
I'm just saying.
Well,
Does that make me bad? I don't know.
No, because it may not be immediate. I mean, you can't do something on Monday, expect it to, okay, we're done with it on Tuesday. It may take a while.
Yeah.
And just, you know what, between the time you, and the time you do a comeback, whatever that may be, with your person or in the spotlight, just let some time elapse. Because like you say with Tiger Woods, there's been several
It's
years.
been so long.
Several years.
Forget it. Who
Let it alone.
cares? It's
He's,
done.
And
He paid the price, man. He paid the freaking price. Let him do what he
he's a
needs.
horrible, horrible person.
Okay, very good. And now
He
you
didn't kill
made your
anybody.
point. No, he's fine. Let's
Who's blowing you up?
let him
Somebody's blowing you up.
swing that golf club all the live long day.
Who's blowing you up?
To and fro. And yes, Jamie says, yes to all the Kennedys
Nobody
there.
blowing me- Era. Nobody's blowing me
Yeah,
up.
it was what it was.
I'm not
It
kidding
was
you.
what it was, And despite all of that monkeying around, so to speak, remember Gary Hart's boat, Monkey Business?
I do remember that.
Yeah, he was going to be president until he wasn't.
Mm-hmm. Well,
But all that
he's-
monkeying around, stuff still got
Monkey Business.
done.
That was the name of the boat.
Yeah,
Monkeying around.
yeah,
Was that a pun?
yeah.
Okay.
It was an intentional pun.
Oh, it's
You
intentional.
think she was the first one on the boat having a little bubble, you know what I mean?
Oh. No, she just got caught.
Of course.
Remember, what about Jessica Hahn and
Yeah.
what's his name? Tammy Faye Baker and Jim Baker.
Jim Baker.
Yeah, remember that whole thing? That was even more because that was like religious stuff. That was like
Well,
religion and
but evidently he needed his horn scraped. Did you see Tammy Faye and her magic eyelashes? Holy crap! Don't do that. You're causing a wind in here.
so there should be like a book, or not even a book. Like there should be, because people don't read books anymore anyway. But there should be like every scandal. Because there's been so many like major scandals that have taken place that have like changed the course of history in some of them, or changed the course of people's lives. I mean, these like major scandals.
Well, again, back to Gary
Political-
Hart. I don't remember all the details because now we're talking, 34 years ago?
Yeah.
But he was going to be the man. He was going to be it for 84.
She was sitting on his lap, and there was a picture taken, and then the picture was posted on like the National Enquirer.
And again, it was on the back of the boat with the transom reading
Monkey business. I do remember
that. And who knows what kind of business, if you will, was or was not going on. Didn't matter. Boom. Seen the needle and the damage done. Done and done. Oh, well. And he was going to be the guy. Remember? He was it.
Yeah.
He was it. And that was that. And then it
Well,
wasn't.
this is the thing. They want you to have these perfect morals, perfect lives when you run, for office, and it's really not the case. As you can see, what about our friend who exposed himself and sent his junk out?
Anthony Weiner.
That's him. Thank you. There you go, right there. And he fought right to the bitter end, man.
He
that man.
did,
He exposed himself like 10 times before they
almost had a
actually.
comeback,
He
too, if
did.
you think about it.
But then he
And he
exposed
did it
himself again.
What are you, stupid or something? I told you not to be stupid, you moron. Yeah, listen to
did.
Ben Stern. I told you.
He did. That's right.
Shut up. Yeah.
He looked like a bird.
Yeah.
He looked like a bird. He had like a beak, and he did. He looked like a bird.
Like a heinous raptor.
But he's exposing. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. What are you doing? No, but that's what I'm saying. That's not like a compulsive behavior, because this is what I think about it. If you know, this is the thing. You're either running for office, running for president, running for governor, whatever you're happening, and people are looking at you, watching you. I mean, who the hell does that, thinking that they're not going to get caught?
There's
Like,
so
how
many
dumb.
things, so many ways for people to find something, even if it's a nothing something or next to nothing something. There are so many mechanisms now for people to find something on somebody and then go, see.
This is the thing. It's called the rumor mill, and this is the thing. When you see those tabloids and whatever
The blab
about
sheets at the
celebrities or
supermarket.
whatever, anything like that, rumors start somewhere. It may not be completely accurate.
No.
But there is some truth to every rumor.
Of
It
course.
comes from somewhere. You know what I mean? And I love when people, it's absolutely untrue, and then like a couple months later you find out it's true. Oh, that is true. Oh, I saw. Wasn't that? I remember when Brad and Jennifer Aniston, they broke up, and he was doing the movie Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and then there was the rumor that they were like, hooking up. And everyone was, I remember people going, oh no, Brad wouldn't do that to Jen.
Yeah.
Brad wouldn't do that to Jen.
No.
Why do you know them? Are you friends with them? Are you in their relationship? What the hell do you know?
You're right.
What the hell do you know? You know nothing.
And guess what?
I love when people do this all the time.
Well, they do.
Like fans and stuff.
Yeah.
Like this, I told you about this Backstreet Boys thing. So because of the statute of limitations, he can't be charged with that rape of that girl or whatever. But,
Alleged.
whatever. But on Twitter, the girls are like, "See, I told you he didn't do it," and I got mad. I'm like, You don't know. The reason he's not getting charged is because of the statute of
Too much
limitations.
time has gone by.
That's the reason.
Double jeopardy.
We
Can't
don't
do
know
it.
if he did or didn't do it. And everyone's like, I told you he didn't do it. I told you he didn't do it. What the hell are you talking about? What the hell are you talking about? I literally was fighting with like 12-year-olds on Twitter.
Of course.
I was fighting with them. I was like,
And
you don't
I'm
know.
the curmudgeon.
You
What?
seriously though, like, give me a break. Like, what the people believe? Like, I love that when they're like, when things come out about like affairs or things like that, people are like, I can't believe it. I just can't believe it. I can't believe she's beautiful. Let me tell you something. Halle Berry, crazy lady, good looking, but every man she's been with has cheated on her. Why?
Because she's nutty as a squirrel
She's
turd.
a crazy chick. Every single one. And then the public always says, oh, she's so pretty though. She's so pretty. What's that have to do with anything? Like, I hate when people say that. So what? It's like, I love Chinese food, but I'm not going to eat it every day. You know what I mean? Like, it's pretty has nothing to do with it. But people do it all the time. She's so good looking. How could he? Or if the person cheats on their significant other with someone who's less attractive, they go, well, how can you do that? She's so much prettier. Well, maybe she's actually
Arnold
nicer.
And the maid.
Yeah.
Arnold and the maid. Yeah, I got my
Yeah.
cookie
How
caught
can
in
you?
the cookie jar.
Yeah, how can you? Oh my God, she's a maid and she's like fat and whatever you want to say about the person. Maybe she was nice to him.
Right.
Maybe she treated him better. Maybe she took care of him better. Maybe she reminded him of his mother. Who knows what the
Right.
reason? Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And if you're a husband of somebody, you don't look at them and go, she's so beautiful, I can't cheat on her. Beauty has nothing to do with it because that fades. It goes away. It's about what's in here, in here, in here. The heart and the mind, that's what matters. I'm so sick of people saying that. How could you cheat on him? He's so
'Cause it's
so
happened
handsome.
Sometimes. I mean,
So
it
what?
shouldn't. Again, just because you can doesn't mean you should, but it happens.
But
And you know?
but you don't blame the person's physical attributes as to like, oh well, they wouldn't do it because she's pretty
No,
or
that's-
he's handsome.
That's a stupid reason.
Isn't that dumb?
No, it's a
But
dumb
they say it all the
it's a dopey
time.
reason. It's about the connection.
It annoys me.
It really is about the connection.
It annoys
To
me.
me.
I'm annoyed.
Jane, we're connected.
I'm a curmudgeon.
Right? Yeah. Welcome to the club.
I'm a female
You're in the
curmudgeon.
club. I never see you at the meetings.
Well, you were there first. I like to vent. This is what we do on the show. We vent. I'd like people to call in and vent about
Yeah.
their issues. Can we do this next week? What are we going to do to get people to call?
Doug.
I'm going to put it on the Facebook
Pre-plug it.
page.
Go
I'm going to pre-plug it. I said I was going to do that last week, and I
know.
didn't. I got all wrapped
time
up
is
in
the culprit.
stuff.
All of a sudden, it's Wednesday again.
Time is not on my side.
No, it's not.
Sorry, everybody. Well, I guess we.
It's that
Oh.
time, kids. It's about 6:35, 25 till 7. We're gonna slide it on out. Get ready for
Slide it out?
so to speak. Little white snake.
Weren't we
right-
talking about sliding it in earlier? Now you're
That's
talking about
white
sliding
snake.
it out.
Slide
This is
it in,
inappropriate.
right to
I am
the
offended.
top. No, you're not.
I'm offended
Oh,
by
you're
this.
not.
You are
Right to the
terrible.
top, baby. Little David Coverdale. White snake.
Oh yeah. Here I go again on my
Well, before
own.
that, it was slide it in.
Yes, it was slided in.
Yeah.
Well, they
you
were-
talk too much. Anyway, we're out of here. We're
I
gonna
have a
slide
friend who
on
hooked up
out.
with one of those white snake people. I have a friend who did that back in the groupie days.
Oh man.
The groupie days.
Was the snake really white? Anyway,
Oh.
let's that's and done. Till next
And
week.
done.
It's Real Town. We're keeping it real. We talk about stuff that's real, at
'Cause
least
it's
in
real.
our world. You want to talk about stuff that's real in your world? Give us a call.
Ooh, we have
609.
we have exit music.
There it is.
Oh,
609.
sexual healing.
There it is, Marvin Gaye. 609-807-2492. 609-807-2492. We're going to slip on out with Marvin Gaye. See ya.
Yeah, are we out?
You're out. Peace. We out of here.